Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it is your first time here. Today we're just going to go ahead and test out some of the products that I had gotten from from CVS in the haul that you might have seen. If you didn't, check it out, it's on my channel. I'm not sure which foundation and which concealer that I want to try. If you remember, I have the Maybelline, there's a stick foundation, and then the Infallible fresh wear, 24-hour fresh wear. So I'm not sure. And then we have the two different concealers. We've got the Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline, and then we have the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear. So I'm not really sure which one or which set I want to use, but I know I'm going to go in with the Milani blush. We're going to test out the bronzer, and I think that's pretty much it. I had gotten this brush. This was from the Walmart Beauty Favorites, so I'm going to see what products maybe I can use from that, although this was the only one that came in that we could use for makeup. Oh, there is the Eco Tools one, so I'm going to see what I want to do with that. But before we get into it, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what more videos you'd like to see, what types of videos. And like the video or in comments, you know, if you liked any of the products here, if you just picked up any of the products, if you're excited, whatever, I'd like to hear from you. And also, I think with regards to my schedule, I think I've worked it out that it's probably going to be an upload of every Tuesday and Saturday. I've looked back kind of on the last couple of videos I posted, and just based on timing and based on when I was able to actually, you know, upload them, it looks like it's Tuesdays and Saturdays. So that's, I think, what we're going to stick with. I don't think I'm going to do more than that because I feel like I don't want to stretch myself thin quite yet. But I feel like it's a good timing for it with a full-time job. It just gives me time to edit and upload things like that. If I do have maybe another random video or you know, something that I really want to share with you, then by all means, I mean, I'll go ahead and do that and give a bonus video. So just make sure you are, when you're subscribed, you press the bell so you're notified when I upload. I hope that you enjoy. Let's just, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm not sure which one I want to test out first as far as these two. I feel like I think I'm just going to go ahead with the stick foundation. I kind of want to get an idea of what sort of feeling this gives onto the skin, what sort of you know, finish this might be. It says shine free and balance plus balance. It says this for combination skin, so I'm not really sure what sort of finish. Oh, it says here with anti-shine powder core. I had swatched it on my hand just slightly to see if it would be somewhat of my shade. So there it is. And the core is lighter color, if you can see it right there. So I think maybe that's the anti-shine powder. So I'm just going to go ahead with this one. Now, my face is washed, and let's see. Yeah, let's just go ahead right into primer. Face is washed with Mary Kay cleansing, what's it called? Cleansing system for acne. I'm trying to just really get a handle on this with the charcoal mask and whatnot. So that's done. And as far as primer, I'm just going to go ahead and use something that I'm already somewhat familiar with, and that is the blurring primer from Cover FX, just to get an idea, on how it's going to work with the foundation. I'm not really sure. I mean, I've only used this with a liquid foundation, so we will see. I'm going to go ahead and just, you know, zoom the camera in a bit, and then we can kind of get a deep look at what's going on. Okay, so hopefully that's a good angle for us. I didn't want to be too close. I wanted my face to be just in. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this primer on the back of my hand. What I like to do with this primer is just focus it on my nose, on my T-zone area, and then just work the extra on the outside. Because this is a blurring primer, so you kind of want to get it in your pores. I'm wondering how heavy this will be because it's not saying any sort of full coverage or medium coverage. It doesn't really say on, but I'm wondering if this will be kind of like a good, a good foundation maybe to use on an everyday basis, if it is a quick, you know, application as well. And I'm wondering, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Real Techniques sponge, and I do have this Bare Minerals brush that we had gotten from a BoxyCharm probably last year or the year before, I'm not really sure. And I know that I really liked this. Usually you're supposed to put in like a liquid foundation in the center. I don't know, you probably can't even see the divot anyway, but there's a divot there where you put the liquid foundation. But with the liquid foundation, what I found is that it is able to spread the foundation without streaking. So I'm wondering if it'll give the same effect to a foundation stick. So that is on as far as the primer. So I'm just going to go ahead and, like I said, this shade is in Classic Ivory because that's the shade that I most use most in the Dewy and Smooth one. So I'm not sure. I'm guessing it's going to be the same idea. But I'm just going to start by doing this. Not really sure how much I'm supposed to use. The only thing that stinks with this is that there's really not that much, as you can see there. It's already divoting in, you know, on the side here from having put it on my face. But I mean, it is what it is. I think, you know, if it does what it's supposed to do, maybe quick application, maybe a natural finish without any sort of oil or shine, that might be good. So I'm just going to use the brush on this side and then the Real Techniques sponge on the other side. So it's almost like it blended away with the brush. I'm going to add a little bit more just to see how building the coverage is. I am working, I was mentioning about my skincare right now. I'm working on using a clear proof system from Mary Kay, and it just, you know, it's supposed to help for acne and whatnot. So my skin is kind of extra dry right now, and actually, now that I think about it, I think I forgot to put just some lotion or something. Well, it's okay. I'm home all day. I'm off today. Today's Thursday the 7th. So I'll be just, you know, I did some housework this morning. My house is nice and clean. Ran to CVS. Did a couple of things. So I don't find that it's giving me any streaks. I mean, I do have some drier patches kind of in this area here. Maybe it's just the brush, but it's not like streaking like sometimes it might be for a liquid foundation. And then I'm just doing there. So let me go in. I'm going to go in with the flat side here of the Real Techniques. And I'm thinking that the brush is just going to be better. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I'm gonna try and build it up a little bit more here. I don't know if it's that maybe I just don't know how to use a foundation stick, or maybe I don't know. I just went in with a little bit more on this side. I don't know about this. My first instinct really when it comes to a foundation, I'm just going to go on with the brush because I think the brush is going to be better. Because my first instinct with a foundation brush, I mean a foundation stick, and I don't know if it's because when I see people online, a lot of my research on what maybe products I want to get right now at this stage of my life is just kind of researching, because I don't have the money to just try to go out and spend and just try it out. I mean, yeah, I know probably in places like Ulta you can return them, but to be quite honest, I mean, right now I'm just trying to save money. I think my skin is just maybe a bit dry for it. I do find, I think with this right now, I do think that it gives kind of like a starter, just like even out the texture. I don't find that it's very heavy at all. Let me just taking off my lips. I don't find that it's heavy. I feel, I don't know, that's probably a little bit. Let me blend it down. Sometimes I forget to blend it all the way down. You just don't want to see the line of a foundation. Yeah, so I'm not sure how I feel about this. Actually, I think I like it. A couple of reasons why I think I like it. No, it does not cover up, and it's not full coverage. And by all means, I don't want to, use all in one stick in one setting just to kind of get that full coverage. What I think this would be perfect for would be the everyday type of wear. Throw something on, kind of just even out the skin tone. It's not perfect, and you can still somewhat see, some of the acne or scarring or whatnot, but I think it helps to just kind of give you somewhat of a different, canvas. When I do this, it does actually feel like I have powder. I don't feel like I actually have to set it, but I don't think it's going to be transfer proof either. Wow. I can't tell if that's the wrinkles on my hand or if that's just whatnot, but I don't think it'll be transfer proof, but I don't think I have to set it, so I'm actually not going to set it. I'm going to go ahead with the Age Rewind just for a little and get a little bit on there. I think it just let's see. Oh, okay. All right, so I'm just going to it's kind of a cool applicator. I don't know if you're supposed to use it to blend it out. I mean, I didn't all the way, but it's kind of cool. Oh, so I'm just gonna take the Real Techniques and just blend it out. I didn't put a lot because the foundation stick is pretty light. So I'm just trying to see if this basically could maybe be a new like everyday foundation type of routine. Give you some highlighting here in the area, which I feel like based on the amount I did, I think it brightened it up a little bit. But it's also covering some of the dark circles. I don't really feel like I have a lot, or dark circles, but they're there for sure. I think the trick for me when I put on concealer is not to put a lot, especially like under my eyes. I think in the other video, it might be up, or it might be up by now, it might not be, I'm not sure. But I have really like a deep set, like one crease, like kind of under my eye. Not like wrinkles or anything, but just, you know, deep set. Actually, I think I like this. I think right now, again, like I mentioned, what's throwing it off is that my skin is a little bit dry from having kind of restarted, like the acne treatment that I'm doing, just to try and, you know, get rid of breakouts. I get really bad hormonal breakouts, and I pick at them, which I know I shouldn't, and it just is, I'm working on, you know, getting my skin back together. But I like the foundation, like I mentioned, because it gives kind of like that even skin tone. The concealer I didn't use much, but I do think that it, from what I can see, it did cover up, you know, some dark circles by a little bit. I mean, it's not, I didn't put a lot for full coverage by any means at this moment. I think I am going to go ahead and set that. And I'm not going to bake or anything just because it is such light. I'm just taking this brush. Again, this was part of like a holiday set. I'm taking a little bit of, this is Coty Airspun. Just dipping it and tapping off the excess. Sorry if the lighting is going in and out. I think there's a cloud covering the sun. You know, you gotta do what we gotta do to work with the lighting that we have. I'm just gonna take a little bit more of the Coty Airspun on the brush, tap off the excess, and just, I know I said I didn't feel like it needed to be set. Well, actually, I'll just do the top part here. That's where I put concealer. And then we are gonna try out the blush and the bronzer, like I showed you. And then we'll just throw some here and here. This is kind of me testing out to see if this could be, I think I said this already, like a new everyday routine, basic routine kind of thing. I've been wanting to find one, but sometimes in the morning I just either don't have the time to figure out what I want to use, or I like, forget and just run out, whatever. So so far we do like these two. They were on a lighter layer. I think it's better with the brush for the foundation, and then the sponge is fine for the concealer. And then let's see. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm gonna actually set my eyelids. I think I had done a little bit here. Let's see. So I think what I'll do is just in another video test those out, as far as that. So we'll do that. Okay, so now what I want to do, let's go into the butter bronzer. Looks like that. It smells good. It smells like coconut. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to try it with this brush. I used to use this a lot as a powder brush. This is the e.l.f. complexion brush. And yeah, I just want to see what this will do, because I think I was mentioning in another video that I really feel like I probably need to try and find a different type of brush, because the stippling brush sometimes just may not be that great. So we're going to go in. Doesn't look like that much on the in person. Kind of looks like a lot on the camera, does it? Oh, well, I don't know. I think a lot of times when I'm doing these bronzer testings too, it's, because where I get hormonal breakouts is usually like in my chin area and then on my cheek here, I feel like it kind of throws it off a bit. But I would have to say, I mean, overall, like I said, I mean, my skin's a bit on the drier end, but I don't find that it's like pooling or anything. I'm just dipping a little bit and going into my hairline because for the most part, you want to kind of, you know, bring your makeup into your hairline, a little bit on your ears, just so that way it all looks seamless. I mean, obviously at a certain point, it looks like you have makeup on, but I know this ended up being a little bit lighter of a, you know, makeup video than anticipated, but I just wanted to see if I can get a good look on what these, you know, feel like and whatnot. Because I am looking for just something that I can use on a, you know, everyday basis. I'm not even sure if you can, I think you can see that in person. I mean, on the camera. Maybe it is a bit too light for me. I don't know. And bronzer, isn't it supposed to be kind of all over? For the most part, contour is more like maybe from here to here, right? I don't know. It probably looks like a lot. You let me know. Let me know, please, in the comments if it looks like a lot. And then with the bronzer, you always want to just bring it down in your jawline. And just took a little bit and I focused it on the jawline first, and then brought it down without adding any extra product. So then you just do that. I don't find putting foundation on the ears is my cup of tea. Some people do. I mean, again, maybe on a more full coverage type of look, but I think I'd rather put the blush, I mean, the bronzer. I think that's okay. I mean, we'll see on the, I guess on the video when we're editing. Oh, interesting. So I just figured out, and don't mind me, I'm still blending. My camera just stopped, right? I guess the maximum recording time is about 29 minutes, almost 30 minutes. Based on, I think, the frames per second. I think I messed with something there. I thought that getting a bigger SD chip, even though I needed one because it wasn't being read in my computer anymore, I thought getting a bigger SD chip meant that it was going to give me longer time for filming. Well, I learned that that's not the case, which is fine because I was in the middle of blending and I'm always blending, and I feel like that's the, you know, that's the thing with makeup, is just blending and, you know, where you want it. So I almost can't even tell that I have bronzer on because it is so light, I think. But maybe on the camera you can tell a little bit. We're just gonna leave it as so. I'm gonna go in with the Aesthetica P12 blush brush. I've been using this the last couple of times. I feel like it's fluffy enough. Oh, some powder. I feel like it's fluffy enough that is not densely packed, not too much. And this is the Milani blush. Okay, so actually what I'm gonna do real quick, I'm gonna take a Real Techniques. This is I don't know what it's called, but it's an eye brush. And I'm actually gonna take the bronzer and throw some in my just in the crease area, just because then I feel like it'll kind of bring everything together. I'm not trying to do a big old, like, you know, eye look with this. I'm thinking that, you know, again, this is something I could try and do on an everyday basis. I do feel like the foundation will be good on an everyday basis. I'll try it tomorrow when I go to work. I'm off every other Thursday. I got, because I actually work on Saturdays every other week, and I work actually from home, which is kind of cool. So Thursdays I find are going to be a big filming day for me, I think. You know, I still wake up early. Some people on their off day will try and, you know, maybe just relax or something, but I find that I'm just gonna try and want to continue to, you know, get up at the same time. Plus my body's in a routine, I feel like, at this point. Spend, you know, just a couple of hours in the morning cleaning up and whatever I need to do that I didn't get to do throughout the house. You know, vacuuming, dishes, things like that. So I think it'll be cool. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead into the Milani blush. It's not that much. I don't know if you can tell. No, probably not. So that's okay. I'm just going to, that looks like, it's crazy because it looks like a lot on the camera. So briefly back to that SD chip. I thought I needed a new one. This is the kind of color I like. I think it's a little bit much right now, so I'm gonna take just a Real Techniques powder brush and try and diffuse the edges a little bit. But I thought I needed a new SD chip because, you know, like I said, I thought, you know, I need to increase the time frame that I need to be able to film. So it just must be that the cameras, you know, in general, they have certain, you know, certain time frame, which is fine. I mean, I'd imagine for some reason, I don't know really what reason, but anyway, that's fine. And then I'm going to, I need a highlighter because this is like an everyday type of look that I'm testing out. What I think I'm going to use is this Pure Nude. This is from Essence. And this is a highlighting brush from e.l.f. So I'm just going to dip in and just throw it on the high points of my cheek. It's very subtle. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. Yeah, I think you can tell a little bit there. Yeah, just gives you a little something, I think. Again, I think this is, let's go down my nose a little bit. Cupid's bow. I'll throw some on the chin. Why not? Why not? I'm really liking the way that this is all kind of coming out. I think maybe a little bit too much blush, maybe for an everyday type of feel. But I think with the foundation, honestly, I think it's so light. And then, you know, I didn't have to set it or anything. I didn't feel like I needed to set it. So that was good. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going in with this Browgal tint, eyebrow tint. Quite frankly, I've just been on an everyday basis. If I don't do foundation or anything like that, I grab a Browgal or some sort of tint. This is the one I've been liking, and this is one that I do need to probably restock on. Go on the BoxyCharm website or find where I can purchase it. This mascara and lip gloss or lipstick of some kind. If you don't have anything else, I feel like this is what's perfect. So I'm just looking for a mirror. Just one that's a little bit closer. I find that this is a good match, color match for my eyebrows. And the tone, I feel like it's on the cooler end. I mean, I feel like my hair is, it's not so much brown. It's, I feel like kind of at neutral, maybe in the middle. With this, I kind of like to fluff it up. I don't know. But I feel like it gives you even just more color. Again, if it's going to be on a kind of everyday wearable basis, I just want it to be yeah, I really need to invest and get another one. But I like that as like an everyday thing. That's something that I've been enjoying. And let's see, last two things, I think. Actually, let me just spray. I don't know if this would work on a normal basis. I'm just going to spray a little bit of Fix Plus, just because that's what I would normally do when I am wearing makeup, because I put powder on and whatnot. And I did, you know, put blush and what. So let's just do it before we do the mascara, before we do lips. I just like to take the flat end and just pat it out in case they're a little extra, a little more blobs than normal. So that is that. Okay, so this this is what the wand looks like. I'm just gonna put it on my forehead because you can see the contrast, or maybe not. Let's see. I don't know. Anyway. Can you tell that difference there? I mean, I could see the volume for sure. Volume does looks like it's there. The only thing I don't like about this type of wand is that it's kind of thick. It's on the thicker end. So I feel like I can't get all the way to my roots. And if I do, I feel like I'm just going to, you know, make it bleed a little bit. That wasn't with extra, I just was trying to recoat it some more. So now I'm just dipping in to go to the other side. I feel like I put 2 coats because at first it's like a natural kind of coat, you know? And then I like to put that second coat, or at least go in when it's a little bit more dry. Oh, I forgot my coffee downstairs. When it's a little more dry, I feel like then the second coat kind of grabs on a little bit more and gives you the volume that you're looking for. Can you see that? My way of showing you that the volume. And actually, to be honest, a lot of times with an everyday type of makeup look, I don't really do the bottom lashes. I will actually a little bit. Let's see, we'll do that. We'll do that right now just to see. But sometimes I feel like because normally on an everyday basis or just kind of on a minimal makeup day, I find, you know, the oils underneath the eye and everything are kind of, you know, coming up, and I feel like it bleeds. But we'll put a little, just like it makes my eyes look like spiders. Actually, and I don't go in. I was about to go in, but normally I don't. We'll just use one dip in for both. Oh, sorry guys. So that will be that. I like it, I do. I mean, it does definitely give me the volume that I'm looking for. But again, I just feel like I can't get to the roots, so I can't pull them up more. which is, you know, it's fine. And then, so we brought you out a little bit, and then I'm gonna just actually go in with this. It's a Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. I like this. My sister gave this to me one night. She gave me a little notebook too, where she asked I could be the godmother to her son, which was, oh, it was the best day of my life. And I just love it. I love the color. I feel like it's very wearable, even if you don't wear any other makeup. And these last just forever. As long as you let them dry, I'd say keep your lips apart a little bit and let them dry before you go in with anything, eating, anything like that. If you let it dry fully, it stays on through anything. And to be quite honest, even at night after a long day, it will take a while for it to come off. You have to, you know, scrub a little bit. And I like the pointed, it's pointed. I don't know if you can see it, but. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for the video. I actually really like this look. I find that it is the perfect kind of everyday. I feel like the blush looks to be a bit more than actually what is in person. And even the bronzer, which I feel like I would have wished there was showing a little bit more bronzer than like in person than there is on the camera. But you know what, when I'm looking here in the camera, I mean in the mirror right here, I think I like this. I think this is something that I'm going to end up doing again for sure. Real brief, you know, little color in the eye that, you know, oh, that's what I'm talking about. If you don't let it dry, me, I'm trying to talk and whatnot. But I suggest you just leave the lipstick dry, and then it's bulletproof the entire day. But I actually really enjoy this look. I'm going to keep it on all day. Maybe I'll check in later. I don't know. It's depending on the lighting and stuff. I think I tried that the other day and it was fine. But just to at least give you my thoughts kind of there and then versus, you know, in the description box or something like that. So this is, yeah, this is the look. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching the video, and subscribe if you haven't. Leave your comments down below, and I will catch you in the next video.